Dear Chief Acosta, my sister was arrested for allegedly possessing shabu or methamphetamine hydrochloride. She was apprehended without a warrant and is now detained in one of the police community prescints in Parañaque City. Can a person be apprehended without a warrant? Lino.
Dear Lino, to answer your question, we shall refer to Section 5 of Rule 113 of the Rules of Court, which states that
Section 5. Arrest without warrant. When lawful, a peace officer or a private person may, without a warrant, arrest a person. A. When in his presence the person to be arrested has committed, is actually committing, or is attempting to commit an offense. B. When an offense has been just committed and he has probable cause to believe based on personal knowledge of facts or circumstances that the person to be arrested has committed it. And C. When the person to be arrested is a prisoner who has escaped from a penal establishment or place where he is serving final judgment or is temporarily confined while his case is pending, or has escaped while being transferred from one confinement to another. In cases falling under paragraph A and B above, the person arrested without a warrant shall be forthwith delivered to the nearest police station or jail.
clearly, a person can be arrested without a warrant under 3 instances: in flagrante delicto, hot pursuit, and escape from prison. However, considering that warrantless arrest is the exception to the general rule requiring a warrant prior to arrest, there are required elements that must be established. This serves as a safeguard to citizens against possible abuse that may be committed by the arresting officers. In the case of People versus Pabia, the Supreme Court, through retired Honorable Associate Justice Giuseppe Perez, elucidated that
In paragraph A of Section 5 is commonly known as an in flagrante delicto arrest. For a warrantless arrest of an accused caught in flagrante delicto to be valid, 2 requisites must concur. 1. The person to be arrested must execute an overt act indicating that he has just committed, is actually committing, or is attempting to commit a crime. And 2. Such overt act is done in the presence or within the view of the arresting officer.
Meanwhile, in the case of Joey M. Pestilos versus Moreno Generoso et al., the Supreme Court, speaking through retired Honorable Associate Justice Arturo Brion, explains the second instance of warrantless arrest, described as hot pursuit arrest, as follows.
As presently worded, the elements under Section 5B, Rule 113 of the Revised Rules of Criminal Procedure are: first, an offense has just been committed, and second, the arresting officer has probable cause to believe, based on personal knowledge of facts or circumstances, that the person to be arrested has committed it. Further, clarifying the second element, the court held that personal knowledge of facts must be based on probable cause, which means on actual belief or reasonable grounds of suspicion. A reasonable suspicion, therefore, must be founded on probable cause, coupled with a good faith on the part of the peace officers making the arrest.
Notably, in both instances, it is required that the arrested person committed acts that would justify his or her arrest. In People of the Philippines versus Viridiano, the Supreme Court, through Honorable Associate Justice Marvic Leonen, clarified that
failure to comply with the overact test renders an in flagrante delicto arrest constitutionally infirm, inquadged, the warrantless arrest was invalidated as in flagrante delicto arrest because the accused did not exhibit an overact within the view of the police officers, suggesting that he was in possession of illegal drugs at the time he was apprehended. The warrantless arrest cannot likewise be justified under Rule 113 of Section 5B of the Revised Rules of Criminal Procedure. The law enforcers had no personal knowledge of any fact or circumstance indicating that petitioner had just committed an offense. A hearsay tip by itself does not justify a warrantless arrest.
Considering that your sister is not an escapee from prison, she may be validly arrested without warrant if the conditions set forth in 4 in flagrante delicto or hot pursuit arrest are present. Either she committed acts indicating the commission of a crime in the presence of police officers, or there was a crime and the arresting officers has probable cause to believe that she is the perpetrator, which would also require commission of external acts on her part. If the conditions were not present at the time of her apprehension, then her arrest is invalid and is in violation of the fundamental right of every person to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures of whatever nature and for any purpose guaranteed by Section 2 of Article 3 of the 1987 Constitution. We hope that we were able to answer your queries. Please be reminded that this advice is based solely on the facts you have narrated and our appreciation of the same. Our opinion may vary when other facts are changed or elaborated. Tomorrow, we'll look into another question from our viewers and readers of Dear PAO. This is your host, Dr. Persida V. Rueda Acosta, DSD, and the Chief Public Attorney of the Republic of the Philippines. Goodbye for now.